It is Kathy, and I love to be selling. Come on in, everybody. We are going to talk getting summer sales going. And in fact, I wanted to wear something for you. And I was, I don't know what I was doing, but I was thinking about something else. But hang on a second because I want to get it. So come on in and just comment below. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know that you can hear me. Let me know that everything's okay. And hang on just a second. Here we go. So, do you like it? This is my summer hat, so you get the full effect. Do you love it? Okay. So I figured, you know what? We're going to talk summer sales. I'm going to have my summer hat on, or part of it I'll have my summer hat on. So hi. Hey, April, how are you? Nice to see you in Texas. Come on in. Hi, Sharon. Thank you for joining me. Good to see you. Hi, Lori. Good to see you. And April and Brenda. Yay. So everybody come on in. This is my summer hat because we are talking summer sales. And I want to get right to it. So also comment summer, SUMMER, and I'm going to send you some great summer sales igniting tips that I just finished writing for you guys. Good. So we've got Brenda. Hey, Brenda from Nebraska. That's great. Hi, Dale. Dale's in Florida. Hey, Liz. Great to see you. Yay, everybody's here. Good. Come on in, everyone. Good to see Liz. I think I said hello to Liz, but heck, what the heck? Let's say more. And Brenda, good. So this is what I wanted to talk about. And comment summer, SUMMER, and get some great summer sales tips. Sometimes this time of year, people will notice that their sales will dip. It will be lower than typically you have in the spring or perhaps you have in the fall. And on some of the Facebook groups that I've jumped in, people are saying, oh, my sales are crickets, and what do I do? So this is what I want to talk about. First off, I hear you. It can be very, very frustrating when you're listing and you're doing everything you know and your sales just flatline. We all go through it. It's not just summertime. It can happen at springtime. It can happen at Christmas time. It can happen in January. It can happen when, you'll go into a Facebook group and people will be posting, the 30 packages they shipped or the carload of packages that they shipped. And you're looking at it and you're going, I'm not shipping anything. And this is really hurting me and I've got bills to pay. So it is not just a summer thing that can happen. You can get a slowdown at any time. And this is what you do. First off, if you're new, the problem when you hit a slowdown is that you don't have any history. You don't have experience with dealing with it. So oftentimes your initial feeling is just absolute panic, and you just start to do a bunch of things without thinking things through. And you don't want to do that. You want to be very methodical. You want to be very calm, and you want to not freak out, which can be hard because you're like, oh, where are my sales? So just breathe. You're welcome to jump into any of my Facebook groups. I have one, eBay Selling Basics, nothing but selling basics. All level of sellers are in eBay Selling Basics. We deal with different aspects of eBay selling 24/7. My advanced selling group is eBay stores, nothing but eBay stores. You do need to have an eBay store to get into eBay stores. So if you don't have a store, there is plenty of great content in eBay Selling Basics. If you're a more experienced seller, come join eBay stores. So the first thing, when things slow down, is you've got to breathe. Then you've got to look at, have I changed my pattern in any way? And this does not apply to all sellers, but sometimes sellers will say to me, you've had a family emergency, or you've had an illness, or you've been on vacation, or any number of things that can happen in our lives, and you have not been listing for 3, 4, 5 days. I've had some sellers come to me, they haven't listed for weeks. It will impact your sales. The regular listing helps eBay to continue to crawl. There's search spiders and they're crawling your listings, and regular listings get that going. Very, very often, if there's been a slowdown, just doing some regular listing will really help you. I do realize, again, everybody has different schedules. Even if you can only get one listing up, it matters. Again, you'll be in groups or you'll be watching YouTubes and people will be saying, you know, you got to list 20 a day or 30 a day. And that's great. You may not be able to do that. So just get that one listing up or two listings up, or tweak some old listings, because when you tweak, it forces the spiders to recrawl. By tweaking, I mean change the title. Even rearranging words can do it, okay? Rearranging your pictures can do it. Take a long, hard look at your item specifics. As eBay is constantly doing updates and categories are getting updates, there will be more item specifics. The more you can put something relevant into the item specific. For instance, in clothing, oftentimes I'll see neckline. It's a great item specific. If you know, is this a V-neck? Is it classic? It'll want to know about the sleeve. Is it short sleeve, long sleeve, 3/4? It matters. It's information for search. So put it in. It takes 2 seconds. You're just clicking a drop-down menu. And comment summer, SUMMER, and get some great summer sales tips I've got for you. The next thing I wanted to say for slow summer sales, particularly for my newer sellers, but some of my experienced sellers are good to hear this tip too. Ship internationally. Ship outside the United States. My non-US sellers certainly know this. If you're in Canada or UK, you know that you want to be shipping to the United States. But US, you want to ship everywhere. Now, if you've got a history with a couple of countries where that's a problem, you're like, Kathy, I love you, I hear you, but I'm not shipping to this country or that country, fine. You can go into your site preferences, it's in your account, and you can block those countries. The more countries that you can ship to, the better. I used to be very nervous with some countries. Honestly, the Russian, I believe they call it the Russian Federation now. I used to be nervous shipping clothing to them. I am no longer nervous shipping clothing to the Russian Federation. I've had no issues for several years now, and I've shipped several expensive items to Russia. You can include extra insurance, okay? If you're new or you're new to international shipping, basically on eBay you have two choices. You can do it yourself, which is great. You can do it through eBay shipping. And international shipping has gotten so much easier than it used to be. I mean, I was an eBay seller when you had to do customs forms and stand online at the post office and hand off your non-US items to a postal employee. And if you've been selling on eBay for a while, you will totally know what I'm talking about. And at the holidays, it was not fun. I'm in New York City. So you're talking an hour and a half often to ship one international package, okay? No longer is that the case. You easily can print non-US shipping labels right through eBay shipping. They come out looking different than a normal label. Oftentimes you just sign it and date it. It'll be pre-filled with the information about the item that you sold. Bam. You don't put them in mailboxes, though. If it's non-US, it does have to be handed to a postal employee. My local post office, for non-US mail, there's a shelf it can go on. So I don't need to hand it to a postal employee. I don't need to stand online. All it has to do is go on the shelf. Check with your post office and see what they recommend. Most people, if you ship internationally, will see a sales lift of anywhere from 20 to 30% or more. Most of the countries now have what's called eDelcon tracking, which it's actually like a delivery confirmation number. So you're actually going to be able to see where your items are. And again, if you're nervous, just add some extra insurance. If you're really nervous, and basically shipping yourself, so just doing eBay shipping, just saying, yes, I'm going to ship to the countries. And when you're doing the sell your item form, so when you're listing on eBay, you'll get to international shipping and it will say worldwide. You can just go worldwide. Either use, and you can do calculated shipping, which is what I do for non-US. That way eBay charges them the correct postage. If you want to do it yourself, you can do it that way. And then it's going to be more work because you're going to have to break down the shipping for Canada and then shipping for other countries. So I just do worldwide, and I use the shipping calculator. I put in the weight and I put in the size of the package, and that works great for me. Now, shipping yourself is a really good idea for items under 4 pounds, okay? When it's over 4 pounds, often global shipping program will be less expensive, and you just opt into that on eBay. Once you're opted in, it will always be pre-checked. So be careful if you're listing yourself and you don't want to ship with global shipping. It's always pre-checked. So if you want to ship it yourself international, you'll need to uncheck the global shipping and then put in your shipping. But it's auto-checked. For items that are quite heavy, for items that are easily breakable, I'm thinking particularly if you're a collectible seller, if you're an antique seller, but if it's a very beautiful piece of fragile jewelry that has a lot of pieces to it that could break off in transit no matter how well you wrap it, you might consider global shipping. And this is the way global shipping works. You will sell the item. I'm going to use Dale as an example because she's a good friend. Dale is in Germany, and Dale has bought my hat through global shipping. And let's say my hat is a very expensive hat, which is why I put it in global shipping. It's a $200 hat. All I have to do as a US seller, having listed my item using global shipping, is I will get a notice that it's sold, and I will see that the item is going to a Kentucky address. And it has a number in it. It's very obvious that it's not a regular US address. And I pack and I ship the hat to Kentucky. And then eBay takes the hat and they pack it and they ship it to Germany, to Dale. They deal with the non-US shipping. They deal with customs. The non-US buyer is charged the customs and the import fees in advance. You have nothing to do with that. All you do is pack and ship your item to Kentucky. eBay takes over from there. So if you're new to international shipping, or if you are a nervous international shipper, or you have a lot of heavy items so you've avoided international shipping, take a look at the global shipping program. Otherwise, do it yourself. I ship to Canada regularly. I ship to UK regularly. I ship to Germany regularly. I ship to Australia regularly. It is a great way to increase your sales, particularly in the summer. And don't forget with summer sales is that for Australia, right now it's winter. So you'll find all of a sudden in July, a winter item will sell. And that's a great thing about international shipping is off-season things can sell because different countries are experiencing different seasons. Also, non-US loves to buy American goods. So if you have patriotic US items, often they will ship out of the United States to military families that want to buy US patriotic items to have with them. Also, American brands that can only be got in the United States will ship well worldwide. Also, American brands and clothing brands, all kinds, where it's going to be less expensive to buy from a US seller and ship to those countries than for them to buy it themselves in their country. Especially if you've got some really nice used clothes in trendy brands can do very well because those items new with tags in France, in Germany, in England, in Australia will be very, very, very expensive. And it's a great way for you to increase your sales in the summer. So be sure to include international shipping, again, yourself or with global shipping. The other thing I wanted to mention for kicking up your summer sales, and comment summer, SUMMER, to get my summer tips for you, is, and this is actually something I used to think about when I was acting, is because as an actress, you're auditioning all the time. If you have a job, it usually lasts maybe a day or two. So you're always looking for work, always looking for work. And sometimes I would get discouraged because it's hard to always be looking for work. Similar sometimes to the eBay regime, which is you just got to keep listing and keep listing and keep listing. And it can be hard sometimes to keep going. Is something is selling on eBay every moment of every day. And thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of things are selling every moment of every day off of eBay US, okay? The thing is, how on earth do I find out what is selling? and then be able to source it. I mean, that is the dilemma for sellers. And most sellers, if they have a hot item, are not going to tell you because they are not going to educate their competition. So this is a great way that I do research for the spring and the summer. For me, it's been easier to find items that are desirable, for instance, for back to school. Okay, that's a pretty obvious one as far as things that sell for back to school. And I have found summer is harder. So what I do and what you can do is go to the store, go to Target, go to Walmart, go to the supermarket, go to your local drugstore, go to your sporting goods store. Don't forget about all the golfers and tennis players and lacrosse players, all the spring, summer sports. Don't forget about all the backpackers and the hikers. Don't forget about all the traveling. Think about all the things people need to travel. There's an enormous amount of summer travel and all ages travel. What do high school people need? What do younger kids need? What do parents need that are traveling with small children? What do people need for their pets when they're traveling? What about pets for the summer? Think about all the different niches and start on one that you might know better. So if you're a mom, you might start with things for your age range, your lifestyle. What are your needs in the summer? Is it gardening? Are there gardening supplies? Are there decorations for the patio, for the deck, for lanai that you could get? And start thinking that way. Then go into the stores and start looking. So I want to look for more gardening, or I want to look for home decor, or I want to look for outdoor home decor. People do massive amounts of decorating now on their decks. Pool supplies, things around the pool, travel. Again, think what age group. There's needs for senior travel, needs for people, business travel. Again, kids travel, parents with kids travel. All of these groups have needs. All of these groups are shopping, and everybody is shopping the internet. And sometimes just to get your creative juices going, that's why going to the store can be so helpful, because you'll go, I never would have thought of that. And look at what people are putting in their carts. What are they buying? Go to the checkout. What is in the people's carts? Look at the cashiers when they're ringing. If you can get chatty with cashiers, I've done this numerous times, and go, you know, what's really popular right now? Or is there anything that's surprising you with how popular it is? Or, you know, what's your favorite thing to sell right now? You can get some great tips from the cashiers, so be sure to chat them up. Summer, comment summer, SUMMER, and I'm going to send you great tips. So those are my tips for you right now, and they work any time of year, but particularly for the summer, when it can get a little slow for us, is one, don't get discouraged. Everybody goes through periods where it might get slow for a day or two or a week or two. You know, feel your feelings, you know, let it out. You know, you can hop into groups and go, oh, I'm having a tough time right now. But when you do that, when you feel your feelings and when you jump the groups to express, oh, I'm having a tough time right now, jump into Facebook groups or comment on videos looking for solutions, okay? I mean, yes, it's frustrating, but what you want are solutions. Say, what do you do when things slow down? How do you kick your sales up? And then listen. Sometimes we're unwilling to listen. We're like, oh, I've heard that before. Listen, it's working for that person. Maybe it's time to try it again, okay? I bring up international shipping. You might have stopped shipping to Canada. You're like, I'm not going to bother with shipping to Canada. I don't want to do Canada. You know what? Let's try it again. Or maybe you stop to the UK, or maybe you stop shipping to France or to Spain. Unclick that in site preferences. You know, it's like, come on, I'm going to start shipping everywhere. Maybe you tried global shipping 4 or 5 years ago when it was first starting. Give it another try and see how it's working. You've got nothing but to gain. So try the international shipping, and you can use global shipping on everything. If you're like, Kathy, I just want to use it on everything, use it on everything and see how it goes for you, okay? And then the next thing is get out there and do some research. Don't just be sitting around going, because that gets nothing done, right? Is go to the store and then look, right? Think about hunting, okay? And we're not just talking like there's things that are legal, so like obviously you can't sell handguns on eBay, But the holsters, the fanny packs, I had a really cool camo fanny pack. I'm like, this is going to sell because fanny packs, by the way, are hot right now. So camo fanny pack. Are there shirts? Are there hats? You know, what do they need with them when they're hunting? Okay. Summer travel. Okay, there's luggage, but what kind of luggage? Soft luggage, hard luggage? Again, are they doing fanny packs? The big tote bags, you know, can I find some really nice tote bags? What about the neck rolls? What about the eye things? Can I do a fun little travel thing? What's good for kids? What do kids need when they travel? And if you don't have any young kids, get a hold of your friends. Jump on Facebook. Hey, I noticed that you're taking your 4-year-old to Disneyland. What things are you looking for to make your trip easier? And then see if you can source them. I'm going to check on a couple of questions. Remember, not everyone who has access, large cities have available to shoppers. Rural areas don't have access to big box stores, so they rely on eBay to fill those needs. Exactly, Lori. And let me tell you something about big cities like New York City. Hang on a second. Don't think because you have access to items all over the place means all of America have access. Exactly, because let me tell you something. There is no Walmart in New York City. I've actually had seller friends say, I've got this thing that I'm sourcing at my local Walmart and I'm sending it to New York. Exactly, because we don't have a Walmart. It may not sell in your area. There was something I found a couple of years ago in a drugstore of all places, really marked down. It was because it didn't sell in that drugstore, in that neighborhood. Check the expiration dates if it's something with an expiration date. You don't want to get stuck on that. And I did great. Global shipping has helped my sales, Laura said. Yes, it takes all the worry out because all you've got to do is get it to Kentucky. I do have some fragile things, and even if they are not over 4 pounds, if I have the least little twinge about something wrapping it because of the fragility, I absolutely use global shipping because they are going to cover me. If the item arrives damaged, they pay for it, damage to Germany or UK. Not me. And I'm like, yay, let them do that. Good. Love the hat. Thank you. I was like, I really love this hat. I got to wear it. I'll wear it on another broadcast. Hi from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Yay. So yes, shipping to Puerto Rico. And if you're a seller in Puerto Rico, man, you know that you want to be shipping to the United States and you want to be shipping to Canada and you want to be shipping to Great Britain. Okay. The eBay does a lot of work to help us with global sales. So absolutely take advantage of it. It will kick your sales up. It's like, do the global shipping, ship everywhere, either yourself or global shipping. Wow, great ideas. Thanks, Sharon. Good. So breathe if things have slowed down. Always feel free to jump into either of my group and say, you know what, I need some inspiration. I need some encouragement. I'm going through a slow patch. Look at your habits for the past week. Do you always do Pinterest and you've stopped pinning? It matters. It really does. Okay. Do you always list 5 things a day and you've only listed 1 and a couple of days you missed? Yes, it matters because of the search spiders. Okay. Ship globally and try some new countries. If you've got a few blocked, maybe unblock them and see what happens. Again, it's gotten much, much, much better. And if you're at all nervous, use global shipping, okay? And then the last thing is go into those stores. And if you don't have the time, you're like, Kathy, I'm super busy. I get it. When you're in a store, look at what people are putting in their carts. And even a supermarket. Are they doing a lot of fruit? Well, then, okay, they're doing a lot of fruit. Listen to their conversations. Are they doing parties? Are they doing barbecues? And then you think, oh, okay, barbecue accessories. Go on eBay. Barbecue accessories. Go on Google. Barbecue accessories. Must-haves for outdoor dining. Must-have for summer entertaining. Look at the lists. Can I get any of that? Go on eBay. Does it sell? If it does, yay. And listen to me. Listen to me. I'm pointing at you. Listen to me. If you find something that sells really, really well and makes you good money, particularly if you can get it at a Walmart or a Target, do not go into Facebook groups and tell everybody, oh, I just found this barbecue thing and it's on clearance at the Walmart and I just grabbed 30. Because let me tell you what's going to happen. Or actually, you guess. If something's on discount at a local Walmart, Do you think that perhaps other Walmarts might have that same item? What do you think? What do you think? Of course they do. So don't. If you find something great, enjoy it. Get as much of it as you can. I've even done this on a couple of things that were really hot. I found a hot Christmas item a couple of years ago, and it was at a specific chain store. I did not go into groups and tell everybody. I hit every chain store for this item literally within a 15-mile radius of my house. Okay, and I'm in New York City, so I was on the subway. I'm grabbing all these things. I'm putting them in my IKEA bag, and I'm running home with them, and I did great. So you find a hot item, keep it to yourself. Maybe tell your closest eBay buddy, and that's it. Comment summer, S-U-M-M-I-R, S-U-M-M-I-R, sorry, I can't even spell, S-U-M-M-E-R, and those great tips will be on your way. Okay, get to work, enjoy the summer, and bring on the sales. I'm Kathy, and I love to be selling. Bye-bye.